So yesterday you posted a video of Kellen doing Paloma drinks, and I commented and I was like, "Hi Kellen, please have mine ready at 10 a.m. tomorrow." And he thought I was kidding, but I was not kidding. Said, "Kellen, where's my drink?"
Kellen making it up. Ralph, get down. Come here, baby.
Thank you.
Let's cheers it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm. That's
This
good,
is
Kel.
amazing. So good.
Ooh,
And
you
it's
can't
like
even taste the
perfect.
alcohol.
I feel like it's perfect. Like you can kind of taste it, but it's not rough.
This is good.
This is great.
And the orange, it's perfectly there. Because it's supposed to be a margarita, but he did orange in there. And did you do 2 limes?
It does
1
taste like a
lemon,
margarita.
and an orange?
Yeah.
It's a nice little touch there.
Tastes really good. Thank you.
Thanks, Kellen.
Perfect timing too.
Yeah. We're about
Thank
to
you.
cheers up.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're talking about the hard stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you need anything else, just follow.
Okay.
Such
Isn't
a
he an
good
angel?
man. I'm so happy for you.
Thank
And
you.
it's like finding someone good. It's so refreshing and different.
Yeah. It's hard because you have to get through the rock bottom
Yeah.
to really look at yourself and be like, okay, I deserve better, or I deserve a partner who's at least present with me, who's here doing life with me.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because we are never taught to pick up on those things, right? Even if they don't say that, if their actions are saying, I don't like you, I don't want to be here, I'm not committed to this,
Yeah.
we need to, as women, empower ourselves to learn to pick up on that. And unfortunately, yeah, sometimes it takes a rock bottom.
And I agree.
No
With
more.
him, it was just so tricky because sometimes he would be like, honestly, it's the drugs that made me say that stuff to you. I would have never said that to you. It's the drugs that made me cheat on you. He told me that.
Wow.
And so I was like thinking, in my head, I'm young. And I'm like, well, maybe if he just stops doing the drugs and he'll stop doing that to me.
Right. He probably had good memories también, ¿verdad? There was probably great times.
There was great times.
Yeah.
He has, I will still say it now, after everything I dumped right now, and I told you guys, I can still say that he does have a good heart. Him and I are on good terms. We're not besties, but we co-parent for Tiny. I have his number on my phone, he has mine, and he wished me a happy Mother's Day just recently. I wished him a happy Father's Day. But this is all real shit that happened. It's not me talking bad about him. It's what happened. And even if he were to see this, he wouldn't even freak out about it because he knows it's true. He's very aware, and he's now years later apologized. But
Well, and here's the thing, Emilia, and I saw somebody say this on TikTok the other day, and I wish I could credit them, but I think they're right. I think maturing is realizing that you can't really hate anyone. You can't really hate anyone because you know that either they're a product of the way they grew up, either they're lost themselves, whatever it is that they're doing. You can't fully hate someone because at the end of the day, you know, it's not about me.
yeah.
It's about him and his
that's
stuff
what it
and what
was.
he's dealing with.
And that's what it was. And he opened up to me about it. And
Yeah.
I like his childhood. I see that child version of him and I just want to hug it. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry
Well,
that
it
you
sounds
had
like
to.
you wanted to save him. You wanted to fix
I
him.
wanted to save
Most
him.
of us do. It's like, oh, I think I can fix this person because I love them so much. But if they don't want to do it, then they won't.
And that's what it came down to. I tried getting him to rehab. We tried going to church. I tried therapy. We tried everything. But he just wouldn't want to.
I think we need to touch on that. Is because a lot of people, especially women, do this. Is that when you finally realize, okay, they don't want to do it for themselves. Their actions are showing me that they're not going to do what I need them to do. The only thing you can do is control yourself.
Yeah.
Right? At that point now,
Yeah.
you have to decide what's best
Yeah.
for you. And that doesn't necessarily mean you hate him. That doesn't necessarily mean at the end of the day, you wish him ill will. It's now I have to take the information you gave me with your
Yeah.
actions and your behaviors and
Yeah.
your words. And now I need to decide, and I have a right to decide what I will do moving forward.
Yeah.
And that might not be
exactly.
with that person.
Exactly. And that was the hardest pill for me to swallow once I realized that. And I realized that it couldn't be with him because I wanted it to be him. I remember sitting him down, and this was like when I was getting done. I could feel it. You start feeling it when you're done. You just disconnect and you're just not there anymore. You're there physically, but you're just not there emotionally anymore. So I was getting to that point. It's been 3 years of hell. And I just don't know how much longer I can put up with this. I told him, look, I'm starting this business. So I had already slowly started Tiny. My business picked up like really fast. It grew very big. And I quit my job at Sephora a month after my business started. And so fast forward, it's Camila's 3rd birthday. I'm getting everything ready for her birthday. The cake, the candies, everything. And we can afford more now because of Tiny's. And I get a message while I'm preparing her party. And it's this girl and she says, hey, is this your man kind of thing?
Is this your man?
And I looked down at my phone, and I remember my heart usually would, because this had happened multiple times where he would be texting girls. And she messages me and she's like, hey, like, I see you guys come in here as a family with your daughter. And so I know that he has a family, and that's why I found you. I hope you don't take offense to this, but he has came in and tried flirting with me, and this is a message. And so she sent me a screenshot, and usually my heart would sink. This time was different. This time my heart didn't sink. This time I was just done.
You were
I read
done.
it. I swear to God, I remember I saw it, and I just didn't even accept the request. Like, I just read it, and then I left it in my request. And then I remember usually I would freak out, cussing him out, getting angry. This time I texted him. I was like, hey, I want to still enjoy the rest of my daughter's birthday, but I don't want you here. Mm-hmm. I ask that you please come pick up all your things and you leave. I'm done with you. And I'm actually done with you this time. But we went through so many, I'm done, breaking up. So he just thought it was another thing. And I told him, I'm giving you the option right now. I'm giving you the opportunity to come and get your stuff peacefully and just walk away. Yeah. Just leave my life. So he does that.
Oh, wow. And no question, no fight, nothing?
He was scared, I think, that I was lying and I was going to freak out and do something, but I really didn't that time. So he comes, he gets his stuff, and he just sees me getting ready. I'm doing my makeup, and I'm not crying anymore. Usually he would see me cry. So this is like pissing him off.
Why? Did he know why then? Did he know that it was because of her?
So when he got there, he's like, what happened? Can you tell me? And so I pulled it up and I just threw the phone at him. Not like hit him, just kind of like, this, like that. And then he picks it up, and he looks and he reads it, and he just stays quiet. He tries playing it. He's like, what the F? Like, a guy can't even be friendly anymore because girls reach. So I'm like, I know.
Sure. Okay.
Sure, that's
the victim.
That's it, right? Yeah, that was it. That's it.
Yeah, she's just out to get you.
Yeah, she's out to get you.
You were just like, hey, how are you doing? And she said, oh, he's cheating.
Yeah, and it wasn't that. He was flirting with her. Like, he sent her a message like, hey, you're so beautiful. I seen you in person at the store when I go there. So he was full on flirting, and she didn't reply.
That's a girl.
Till this
That's
day,
a girl's girl right there.
Till this day, she's actually one of my customers, and she buys from me. And honestly, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the girls that he cheated on me with buy from me. They follow me and they buy from me. This is business. And I am able to separate business with personal things. And so I sell to a lot of people that don't like me, that maybe I'm not their biggest fan either, or they've done things in the past to hurt me. They bullied me in high school, but I still sell to them because I'm just very passionate about business, and I'm able to separate business with personal.
Tiny's is Tiny's and personal.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for women that are maybe in that situation where they want to take the next steps to move on? How did you get that confidence?
Yeah, so that was it. Like, I remember that time I was just like, he's not going to change. That was my last straw. He left. He got his stuff left. And I continued with my daughter's party. Celebrated her. We had a good time. There's pictures of us cutting the cake and everything. And then after that, I was very sad. I cried a lot for a while. But I wouldn't try and get him back. We're done.
Is it because, do you think that you could see... At that point, you could see your future, and Tiny's almost gave you like a...
Tiny's gave me a confidence with my business. It gave me the freedom of knowing that I could walk away and provide a better life than what he was giving me and my daughter just on my own. So Tiny's gave me the confidence. That business really did give me the confidence to leave. And then that being my breaking point, I just really had to hit rock bottom to be like completely done. And so I started working out again. I started getting my money up with Tiny's, just growing it and scaling it. And I ended up leaving him, and I never went back. That chapter is closed. So I stayed single for a while, and I hustled hard with my business. It was literally 2 best years of my life.
Yeah.
I was getting partnerships now with Stephen Wade, Ashley's Furniture. I was getting a lot of companies reaching out, and I was having a lot of sales. My business was just growing. I didn't really have a lot of bills at the time either. And so...
Were you still renting from your mom at this point?
So we moved, and then the other house ended up having like an extra master, and so me and Tiny had our master, but it had an entrance, like its own little door. It was like a little casita, own bathroom. So we were still living with my parents, and it's so funny because years later I went back. And for a while, when Tiny's blew up, I was giving Fernando and Steph free food. So I'd be like, come and get free food for myself, because I was in a way giving back for the time she didn't make me pay her for that. And I told Steph, remember when I couldn't even afford like the 300, she's like, I just knew, I believed in you. I knew that if you just got that business running, it would change your life. And Steph was so like proud of me as a friend, because it was an investment. It was a risk for her because she believed in me. She could have gotten let down, but she was really happy for me.
So would you recommend that women do that? Like, take a time to focus on themselves?
Yeah.
And find hobbies.
Absolutely.
And just focus on their businesses?
Yeah. It was literally like gym, working out, making money with my business, taking care of my daughter, taking care of myself, and taking a lot of trips with her, and just taking care of her. and just living our dream life. Finally, we stopped getting free stuff. And actually, as soon as my business blew up, I went and donated $3,000 to Planned Parenthood, and I went and donated a bunch of formula and like baby clothes and stuff to the Dove Center. I donated to the pediatrician where they would give me formulas. I gave back. And that was like the best feeling ever, because I could have never imagined that the girl who was constantly seeking help from these places was now donating and helping them to help others. I paid it forward.
Yeah.
And the feeling of being able to like give back. And Planned Parenthood, they also gave me the confidence to leave. And I know that people might have mixed emotions about the place, but it does help out a lot of teens. Yeah. And I remember I just was scared to have another baby with him. And so I went to get on birth control there at Planned Parenthood. I remember I couldn't afford birth control, and they helped me. They were like, don't worry about it, free. So I got free birth control from them for like.
Well, and I think there's a lot of miscommunication. Like, abortions don't happen there.
They don't happen.
They help with birth control. People that need assistance with sexual reproduction and family planning, like,
or STDs. I had a friend, that
STDs.
she ended up getting sick from a guy, and she went there and she got the help she needed, and they helped her for free. And it was very serious. Like, she could have died, and they helped her.
They cut funding.
I know.
I think it's closing. Yeah. Right now.
No, it already closed.
It already closed one here?
They supported me when I was broke, when I had no money, and I just wanted protection, and I just wanted to be safe.
Well, and on top of that, we don't have a lot of education.
No.
Growing up, I mean, I grew up Catholic. You grew up Catholic too, right?
Oh,
like, They don't talk about sex. My mom, luckily, I was blessed where she was like, if you have sex, these are the consequences. Don't have sex until you're ready, until you find someone that's worth it. And I'm very blessed that I had that. But as far as the technicalities of how it really works, how you get pregnant, I didn't know anything.
So, fearful teaching. Mm-hmm. My mom did that to me too. She was like, she put fear in me about the consequences of having sex.
Yeah.
You're going to be pregnant, you're going to be young and pregnant. That was it. It was never anything medically or like what health-wise or like how it can just be bad for you.
Right.
And so I really relied on Planned Parenthood during the time. I relied on anything that was offering free services, and Planned Parenthood being one of them. And so I really hope that there's somewhere else. I don't know if the Dove Center maybe, now that Planned Parenthood's closing up, but there has to be places like Planned Parenthood open for women specifically, but men too. They would help.
Men too?
They would help a lot of men.
Yeah.
And so
wow.
My advice, to women is, if you're in a domestic violence relationship, please take the time to heal.
Use those resources.
And not jump right into something right away, and use the resources you have around. Yeah. And if you're planning on starting a business, which I think is amazing, phenomenal. I can talk business all day. I love business. There's a lot of free places that offer assistance to small businesses, like small business organizations here in town. So there is a small business development center. And you can go there here in St. George. They help out starting business. It doesn't matter if you're just a startup, if you're like, I'm too little. No, they'll help you. That's who they want to help, actually. And they give out free grants all the time to start up your business and get it going. And I wish I would have known about that when I started my business, because I just kind of self-taught, started from zero and no help. And I wish I would have known about these places to get help.
Is that with the city or is that with the university?
I know that it was at Atwood Plaza in the university with Miss Colette. She's the one that would do a lot of the grants and stuff. I don't know if she's still in that department or if she's somewhere else, but I know that she was in charge of that. Mm-hmm. But I know it's called the Small Business Development Center. However, I think they did recently close down the location in St. George, but there is one in Cedar, and they help you as well. So if you're serious about it, take the drive down. It's worth it. They can help you. Yeah. There's also groups like WIN. Mm-hmm. Where you Women in Influence. Yeah, you go and once a month, and it's just business stuff, and it's just really empowering and a great space for you. I was going to all these kind of places. I was just networking and growing my business. And don't hop into a relationship right away.
Yes, please don't do that.
That is the worst thing you can do.
Because now you're in a healthy relationship, right? It's like you needed that time to heal yourself, to be in a good place, to accept a healthy relationship, right?
He's such a good man, and I feel like in the place in life where I was at, I didn't deserve that yet. He was too good for me. I'm being honest.
Like, you wouldn't have maybe worked well together. You wouldn't have meshed.
We wouldn't have. I had gone through so much trauma. I think that's why we met later on, because we have an invisible string theory like story, and we didn't meet until years later. But I feel like God is just so perfect, and he just knew when to put Casey and I together.
So what did hobbies help you with? Because that was a big one for me too, is hobbies, just even having things to look forward to for myself develop my personality so much. And I know that you dove into cycling, you dove into working out and stuff. What did those things teach you about yourself?
I'm glad you asked, because I can talk about spin like all day. When I met Steph is when I started my fitness journey, and it was always like working out, but sometimes I'll be honest, I would dread it. And she's, I feel like, very muscle mommy, like weights and lifting, and I have just realized that that's not my style, and that's okay. I absolutely love watching her videos and what she does, and what she does works. I've seen it work. The muscle memory that I have now and the muscle that I have now is because of her. It's not because of cycling. And a lot of the time I say like, oh, like this is what my legs look like now because of cycling. Cycling maintains them. But I do feel that the grounds, like the roots of it, came from Steph and from the basis of what she taught me with the macro-based diet and the lifting and all that. And then after that, I just did things to maintain it. So it started with Steph. And then I just soon realized, like, you know what? Lifting isn't my thing. I love cardio. And she realized that soon because I would be like, can you put more cardio? She's like, Emilia, you have like 4 days of cardio. I can't put any more. You need to lift. And I was like, oh, I hate weights. And so I would just spend hours on the treadmill. Like, I just loved it. I would just put my music on, zone out, and just treadmill. And my waist was shrinking and I was looking great. And then I remember one day, just the same way I was scrolling and randomly found Steph, I found The Hype. And it's a indoor cycling studio here in town. And I remember I was looking at their things, and honestly the reason I got into spin was because I was like, this looks easy, and I was looking kind of towards the easy way of things. I knew that lifting weights was hard and I didn't like it. I'm kind of getting bored of the treadmill, so I need to find something that's easier. And I'm like, who doesn't know how to ride a bike? I can do that. So I signed up for a class and I went and I died.
It busted
and
your
I want
butt.
you to know, I have had muscle mommies, fitness guys who play soccer, guys who play football, friends of mine of all sorts. And I've taken them to The Hype and they all die. They're like, this is so hard. So if you think cycling is easy, it is not. It's very hard. It's very hard, and you need a lot of strength. It's not just cardio. I went in and I remember seeing the whole class, and I sat in the back and I went with my brother, and I couldn't ride the bike off the, like getting off the seat. I couldn't ride it for longer than 3 seconds. And I know that because I counted. Like, I just want to see how long. I got to 3 seconds and I would sit because my legs would give up and my muscle and my core. And I remember just the next day, everything in my body hurt. I was so sore and I was like, I hate this. I'm never going back. But then the owner reached out and she was like, hey, thanks for joining us. By the way, it's our 5-year anniversary or something. We have another free class if you want to come. So I was like, okay, it's free. I'll try it. So I went back, and I remember I liked it more that time because the instructor at that time, her name was Lexa, and she's like one of my favorite. And she plays a lot of like rap and hip hop. So I remember falling in love with her music style because it was very similar to mine. So I just started going more often, and then I just became obsessed. So I started with like punch passes, and then after that I bought a 3-month membership or something, and now I'm on the unlimited goal.
As much as you can go.
Because I just go, there's been days where I go twice a day. I cycle every day. I even built my own little cycling studio in my house. So
I saw that.
I have my bike, my lights, my mirror, and I cycle every day. After this, I'm going to go cycle. And I just look forward to it. And if I don't get to do it, I'm like grumpy all day. It's a really good form of cardio. And if you like to dance or you just like music, it's a really good way to engage that, because the treadmill can get so boring. And then with spin, you're having so much fun that you're like, oh, it's over? That didn't even feel like 45 minutes. And then you look and you burn like 600-700 calories. It doesn't feel like it's so much fun. They have at that studio, they have like Pilates. So I do Pilates sometimes too. And they have weight classes and cycle and shred. And so it's fun. It's a hobby of mine. I would say that spin and playing the piano are my 2 hobbies, because I play the piano too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I play the piano.
Did you learn that in the 2 years, or did you learn that before?
I've been playing the piano since I was like 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
You have your rhythm.
Yes.
So in those 2 years, then what made you feel comfortable and ready to start dating again?
I didn't know. I feel like this is why it's so special to me. Be happy again.
Yeah.
I'm just business, my daughter, working. That's it. And my life is going great. And so at the time, the university had reached out to me and they were like, hey, we want to get you a spot inside our university.
Yes.
We want you to come in
I
here.
remember that.
But I wanted to just sign the 3-month with them because I just wanted to be like a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
I needed a banner though to hang up. And my guy who usually would do it, he wasn't in town. So I posted on, I can't remember if it was St. George Word of Mouth or like one of those pages. And I was just like, does anybody know where I can get a banner made, like a billboard or something? And they were like, oh, some guy just posted one earlier on this group. It was for his real estate. You should scroll down and find him. And it was Casey. So if you guys don't know, Casey's my current boyfriend, and we've been together for almost 3 years now. It was Casey, and I was like, this guy looks so familiar. So I clicked on him. I was like, I've seen him before. And I actually went to school with his brother.
Oh, what a small world.
Yeah.
St. George, small
Yes,
world.
I went to school with his brother, his older brother. So I remember I messaged him, I was like, hey, I was just wondering where you got your billboard made. I'm looking to get one done for my business. If you can give me the details, I'd appreciate it. And by the way, I forgot to mention, a week before this, I had messaged another person asking them where they got theirs done. And they ghosted me, like gate kept and didn't tell me. And I remember it was one of my dad's like soccer guys that he trained. I was like, Dad, he ghosted me.
He didn't
He
respond.
doesn't want to tell me. And if he would have responded, I would have never gone the next week to post it. And I would have never met Casey. So everything happens for a reason. Meant to be. So yeah, the week later I posted. Casey responds and he's like, hey, this is the girl that did it for me. Here's her number. I was like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then he's like, wait, what do you do? I'm like, I have my business called Tiny's and I do Mexican food. And he was like, wait, no way. My coworkers buy from you. And he's like, I think some of my friends too. And then we just start talking. That's how it started, like through business. Yeah. And we just started talking about him about his real estate business, me about my Tiny's. And we immediately clicked through business. And I remember him saying, it's so refreshing seeing a girl that's so centered and knows what she wants. And like,
business oriented.
And same with him. I viewed him the same way. And then he's like, wait, I think I know your brother. I went to school with your brother. We were in wood shop together. We actually built a table together. And so it was like such a small world. So I didn't know I was ready. Yeah. It just kind of happened like that. And I remember we just talked that time. But then we went a few days not talking. I can't remember if he added me or I added him. I think he sent me a friend request after that, and I accepted it. And then he had posted that he had cooked quesadillas, because you know how he cooks. So he had cooked quesadillas. I'm like, no way, a white guy cooking quesadillas? Not even I know how to cook that. Like, I slid up and I said that on his story.
Yeah.
And then he was like, what? No way, you cook so much food for your business. How do you not know how to cook this? We started talking like that. And then he starts following me on Instagram, and I follow him back. And then he's like, hey, would you like to hang out sometime? And he had asked me like 3 weeks in a row consistently, can we hang out? Want to hang out? Let's hang out. Let's do something. Let's hang out. I want to meet you. I want to meet you in person. And I was just like shy. I don't know why I was shy.
Like,
I think because I found him attractive. Like, I was very attracted to him. I was like, he's so handsome. I would just come up with excuses on why I couldn't. Yeah. Like, oh, I can't. I'm having a seller. Oh, I can't have business. Or, oh, I can't. My daughter. Then I remember I asked my brother, and Eric immediately was like, oh yeah, Casey, really nice guy. I'm like, oh, so he's nice? And he's like, yeah, why are you talking to him? And I'm like, well, we're just friends, but he like wants to hang out and stuff. And I just wanted to see what kind of guy he is. He's like, he was always really nice in high school, really, really friendly, really outgoing, really cool guy. Yeah, I don't know too much about him, but like, yeah, we had a few classes and cool guy. Wow. And I was like, okay. And then
that's a good step of approval to give you confidence, kind of.
Yeah. And then my sister, she's like, go before he gets tired of asking you, because he's going to get tired. And the next day he's like, okay, I'm getting tired of asking you. Are you going to let me meet you or not? And so then I'm like, okay, fine. Yes, let's hang out.
Let's do something.
So we met at Target. And I remember when he first hopped out of his car, I was like, he's so handsome. And I was like, let's go up to the hill. Let's just get a city view, play music, and let's play a card game to get to know each other. And so we ended up going to Target, and then we got some waters and stuff. And after we drove up in the hill, and then once we're there, he turns the car, he looks at me, and he probably thinks something's about to happen. And I pull out the card game. I'm like, okay, let's play the game. So we start playing games to get to know its questions, to get to know each other. And we just played for 2 hours and talked and got to know each other. Then after we drove back down the hill, he went to drop me off, or I dropped him off to his car, because my number one rule is I never have a guy pick me up at my house. I'll meet you at the Target parking lot. I don't know.
My sister's the same.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll meet them wherever.
Yes, but I won't. Yes. And before we left, he's like, can I take you on a date next time? And then I remember I was like, ask me again in a few hours. I don't know. And so then I went home and he texted me, he's like, can I please take you on a date? And I'm like, yeah, you can. And so we go on our first date. He took me to Cliffside, beautiful view, ordered a bunch of food. He even had the waiter do like a little thing. And it was super cute. And then after he took me to Dixie Rock and we did some glow in the dark like thing where you like splash the mountains. It doesn't destroy it, by the way, it like washes off.
Okay.
After I remember he was like, can I kiss you? And I was like, why are you asking me? He's like, I'm just scared. I feel like if I kiss you, you're going to run away from me. And then I'm like, no, you can. Like, thank you for asking. And so
he was very respectful.
Very respectful. And then the main thing about Casey was when he picked me up, usually guys are like, I'm outside. And I remember when he picked me up for our first day, I actually sent him my address and I was like in a dress, I was ready. And he showed up with flowers, dressed up, and he went to the door and knocked. He was kind of nervous about my dad and my brother, but he didn't care. He's like, I'm going to walk up to your door and pick you up. So he walks up to the door, picks me up, gets me in his car, flowers, opens my door, everything, talks with Eric a little bit.
A full date.
And then when he drops me off, same thing. There's a video that we still have on the ring where he dropped me off at the door. So I just knew he was the one right away. And a few months into dating, he said, I want to sit down your parents and I want to meet them. So he took them out to a steakhouse here in town and he paid for all our dinners. And he told my parents how serious he was of me and how he wants to date me and how he knows I have a daughter, but he's committed to me and her once he gets, because he hadn't met her yet. And so he told my parents, like, I know she has a daughter, but I'm committed. I want to be with your daughter if it's okay with you guys. Immediately, my mom started crying. My dad's like, nobody has ever done this for us. We've just never seen this. We're so impressed with you, and we can tell you're a great guy. Yes, you have our blessing to date our daughter. And so we made it official, and then he met Tiny, I want to say 3 months into us dating. Because I was still kind of like, I need to make sure this is the one.
Yeah.
But I made sure to, when choosing when I was ready, just paying attention to patterns. And Casey's just like a freaking ray of sunshine. Sometimes I'm just like, why are you always smiling? Because he's always happy. He's always happy. He's just such a positive guy, and he really brings me down to earth.
He's grounding.
Yeah.
Was there anything that maybe you struggled with going from a relationship like that to a healthy one?
Yeah. Yes. When Casey and I, which we never really fought in the beginning, and now it's kind of different. Like we live together, so sometimes it's like, why don't you put the roll of paper in the freaking thing? Why do you, like, it'll be, dude, all he has to do is slide it and he'll just leave it right there. And I'm like, why do you do that?
Yeah.
Or the laundry basket will be right here and he just dumps it right there. I'm like, why do you do this? Little things like that.
Well, it's not a lack of fighting or a lack of even having disagreements. It's how you handle it,
Yes,
right?
exactly. So like 6 months in, we had our first argument. I can't remember why it happened. I really don't remember what it was because it was that insignificant, that little.
Yeah.
But I remember I blew up.
Yeah.
And immediately I resorted to screaming, raising my voice, and just acting the toxic way I was acting. And I remember he was just calm. He's like, I love you so much, baby. I hope you're having a good day. I will see you after. We will talk about this and get it resolved. And I remember I was like, I just chewed your ass out. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
And I remember
He's like, we're not talking about this.
I couldn't even argue with him. How do you argue with that? And so I remember we met after and he came over and we were talking in my room and I was still upset. I wasn't like cussing him out because that's one thing. We never cussed each other out or anything. It was like, I was just very upset. And he was just so calm, like just held my hand like, it's okay. Like we can talk about this. It's not a big deal. It'll get resolved. Like it's okay. And I remember just being like, dang. So I don't have to scream and like get angry to get my point across. Because in my past relationship, I'd have to do that. And even then I wouldn't get my point across. So, so with him, I learned to really just lower it down. We don't have to be up here. Things don't get resolved by staying up here and doing all that. Like he kind of looked at me like, why are you acting like that? Like, why are you doing all that? And I was embarrassed. I remember I was embarrassed. And after that, we just resolved things by talking. With Casey, I want you to know, and like, this isn't me trying to display like, oh, we have this perfect, healthy relationship, but it's always talking.
Yeah.
It's not arguing, it's talking. It's just like we sit down and we talk, whatever it is. And Casey's so calm. And he's so nice. And so, yeah, it was a weird shift going from toxic fighting to that. With Casey, my biggest fear is never cheating. Like, never cheating. My biggest fear is that something will happen to him. Like, I'm always like, are you almost home? Like, are you okay? Are you driving safe? Like,
I see that on TikTok. When it's like, the only thing I have to worry about with a healthy relationship is him dying or hurting himself.
That's my biggest fear with Casey is him dying. I don't ever want anything to happen to him. Because it's just such a healthy relationship with him, and he's such a good, healthy partner. But it was a shift. It's a shift, and we handle things differently now. And our house is so peaceful. And a lot of the reason, like I know I talked a lot about the reasons why I left, but it was because of Tiny. Because then she would grow up thinking that that's okay, and then she would find someone like that. And Casey is the perfect father figure. And when I first introduced them, I told him, hey, I want you to know, Casey, I am not dating you because you're gonna, like, I expect you to provide for us.
Sure.
I can provide for me and my daughter fully thanks to my business, and I'm not dating you to be a father figure in her life or for her to call you dad, and I don't want you to feel pressured like I'm gonna pressure that onto you guys. I want it to flow naturally, and eventually we'll reach these points in our life where maybe she'll call you dad, or maybe you'll refer to her as your daughter, and you guys will grow a bond, but it all has to happen naturally. And he really appreciated that because, mind you, he was, I think, like 21, 22 when I met him. Yeah. And so he was a bachelor. He was just having the time of his life, a single young guy making really good money. He built his own house when he was 19. He decided to date me and decided to stick with me and my daughter and give us the life that he does. When I met Casey, I discovered what a real man is, because Casey, knowing how good my business does, he has never asked me for a penny. I had never been with a healthy man, a healthy relationship where we talk and we don't argue, and it doesn't always have to be like screaming and shouting. And so it was a whole new world for me. Wow. But I've adapted, and that's just a new to me. And like Tiny sees that, and she's getting older, and she realizes things.
She can tell.
Yeah, she can tell, and she knows about some of the stuff her dad
has done. Does she have a relationship with him?
She does. She has a relationship with him. There has been periods where I was like, you're not seeing her until you get better. But other than that, like, they've been good as of the last year, and he's moved on, and he's living.
Has his own life.
He has his own life and stuff. Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Well, and does that translate into business too? Like, is your business doing really well? Are you?
Yes.
Where do you want to see your business go?
So I'm very happy.
Your business and your life, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, it's all intertwined, right?
Yes.
You and Casey have been together 3 years.
Yes.
Maybe, possibly later.
Yes, possibly soon. We actually went ring shopping in February. And I did find like a ring that I kind of like. And I was like, so I know what cut I want. Mm-hmm. And I know what band I like. I know, like, if it's silver or gold. I have all of that already. But I just haven't found the ring. I don't know when. But yeah, we've talked about that. We have plans for that, of course. So yeah, it's exciting.
I'm sure Tiny's will be involved and everything.
I think so. She has always, I don't know what her deal is with, like, rings and engagement. But sometimes she'll play around and she'll be like, will you marry me? She just has an obsession with weddings and wedding dresses. And so she's told Casey, like, I want you to marry my mommy. Like, I want you and my mommy to get married. Or she'll be like, wait, when my mommy gets married, is her last name going to change to Prince? And then he's like, yes, it will. And she's like, I want my name to be Prince. I want to be a prince. Oh. And so she tells him these things. And I just tell her, you're too little to make a decision like that. I wouldn't let her do it. I think when she gets older, maybe 16 plus, and she still wants that,
she can have it.
Then she can have it. I just don't want her to make a decision that later she'll regret because she was too young.
That's fair.
So I'm very fair when it comes to that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like more kids need to be empowered to make decisions later.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
and so yeah, her and Casey have a great relationship right now. It's my life now. So now I stay home with my daughter every day. Now I just work whenever I want. My business is blooming. I have partnerships. State Bank came to film at my house.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yes, it was so fun.
I can't wait to see it.
I know, I'm excited. We have super exciting things coming out, and I'm with my dream guy, and we have our dream house. And it's just cute knowing he put it together, the layout and everything, and we get to live in that home every day. This, like, hardworking man put this house and built it together for us, and he gave Tiny her little room and painted it. And
that's sweet.
We have everything we've ever wanted in life. We're financially free. I have a good man by my side to enjoy all that with me.
What advice would you give to other women that want to do that? To, like, have that confidence? Because that's, even myself, I still am very much in the work in progress of doing things that I want to do and manifesting exactly what I want.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for that? Like, obviously you can't recommend, like, go to your rock bottom and figure it out.
Yes, don't.
I mean, if it happens, right?
Yes,
but
yes.
But is there any tips?
Definitely try to avoid that if you can, because it sucks down there.
It's not a happy place. But what advice would you have for women that are like, I want to have everything that I want to have my dreams one day too. How do I do that?
Yeah. It comes down to, you really have to set up boundaries for yourself and see, who am I associating with? Are they going to align with this life that I'm aiming for? If they're not, get rid of them. Unfortunately, it's what has to happen. Sometimes it's not even drama. It's just you've outgrown people. You're not in the same place in life.
The goals.
And so I love them from a distance. And so you have to look at your circle of people, and you have to put yourself in situations to grow. So for example, I took a risk when the business happened. I quit my job.
Yeah.
And I fully jumped into Tiny's, not knowing if it was going to work, not knowing if it was going to blow up or not. And so my number one thing that I always tell people is, don't live with a what if, because then you're going to think that for the rest of your life. What if I would have started that business? What would my life? Can you imagine if I wouldn't have started Tiny's? I wouldn't even be sitting here right now. Like, I'm serious. I wouldn't know Casey. I don't know what my life would have been. And so I hate what ifs. So I'm going to do that every time, and I encourage everyone to do it, because if not, you're going to sit the rest of your life thinking, what if I would have done that? Sure. What if I would have posted consistently for a year? Where would my YouTube channel be right now? You just will never know. You'll live with that what if. And I can't live with that. It gives me anxiety. Sure. And same with the business. What if I would have started that business? What if I would have left this toxic relationship? Would I have met a better partner? What if I would have never left that marriage? What if I would, like, what ifs are just the worst. And so don't live with what ifs. You have to move. You have to do it. You have to get things done.
Take action.
And take action. Because everything that I just explained, like in my dream life that I'm living now, only happened because I took action.
Right.
I left the toxic relationship. I started that business. I networked in business things and went to work and met Casey throughout that. I put myself in these spots. Like,
you put in the work.
Even like Colette, when she texted me about the competition, I could have been like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm too scared. And I was scared, but I still did it anyways. And because of that, like,
what if you win? What if you, or at least get exposure? Yeah. Yeah.
And
you can't live with what ifs. I love
exactly,
that.
you can't live with what ifs, and so it's better to just do it. Take
Do it
action.
scared.
Do it scared. Yeah, do
Yeah.
it scared. A lot of the time, and that's a lot of things. I feel like I put on this very confident, strong persona. A lot of the time, I'm like, shit, what did I get myself into? But one thing about me is I'll never show that side. I always show up very confident. That's another thing, is build your confidence and just show up very confident in yourself, and just because you're betting on yourself. I saw this thing saying that every time you put a video out, it's like a lottery ticket. One of your videos might blow up and change your life forever, and it's the same thing with your business. One of those networking things might be one of those things where you meet someone that changes your life forever. You just never know. You just got to bet on yourself, and you got to get it done.
Yeah, yes, amen. Let's all do that, please. All of us. I think we all do put our heads down and work, but I think what you're saying is put your head down and work for something that you want to do. And I think as Latinas and women, I think we inherently have this desire to work hard and put our all into everything. And I think if you can take that advice that you gave people and go for it and try to do that same level of work
And that
for ourselves.
Yeah. By the way, when I quit my job for Tiny's, I remember specifically one guy telling, you're gonna quit working at a nice makeup store for corn? Like, you're gonna go sell corn? And they like looked down on it. The best decision that I ever made.
Because it was for you.
Because it was for me.
You wanted to do.
And that's another thing. You got to do it wholeheartedly for you, because if not, it's not going to work out.
Yeah. We're not telling you to quit your job and just go blind. But
no.
If you can have a situation where you're like, hey, I'm going to work here, but I'm going to try this on the side. And if it starts working, then I'm going to pivot. I like that advice that you gave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't live with a what if. Because now it's so crazy. I now get asked to go and speak at events, so now I get paid to tell my story at places. It's so crazy because I'm like, this is just my life, but they really want me to share it with people. Because, for example, I just went and spoke at like a graduation, and they're like, a lot of these high school students are about to graduate and they're not going to know what to do in life, just like I didn't know I was going to start this business, or they're going to be in toxic domestic violence relationship and they're very young and they won't know how to get out of it. And so they were like, can you come speak and tell your story? And I've done a speaking event like this, telling my story probably like 3 times now, but I just never thought it would get to this. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. So I definitely made something out of like a really bad situation and stuff. It's kind of like you said earlier, you mentioned that as you grow, you realize that there's no place to hate.
Yeah.
And that was a very hard one for me. But I did grow out of it, because I hated her dad for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even hate him because of what he did to me. I hated him because I would see my daughter and think, he's the reason she won't have a family. He's the reason that we're not together. He's the reason that she won't grow up with mom and dad together. Mm-hmm. But I see my daughter now. Tiny has such a good life. And even my brother the other day, he was like, I want you to know, the way you're raising Tiny, she's such a sweet, educated, kind girl. And literally her life is just cheer, school, just living her best life, traveling, having fun. Being a kid. And she goes home to a beautiful house, beautiful parenting. And he's like, that's how I want to raise my kids. Oh, and that was like such a huge compliment to me. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the best compliment anyone could ever give me. For the longest time, I hated him because I was like, thanks to him, she won't see us together or grow up with mom and dad together. But she's growing up so much better. Like if she would have grown up with him and I would have been domestic violence everywhere, and she would have seen that. And now growing up with Casey, I'm so grateful for him. Like I always think, I'm so grateful for the man that God put in my life. I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for everything. I'm just grateful for life. And if I honestly had to go through what I went through throughout the years to like get to where I am again, I would do it again, because this is my dream life that I'm living and that I always dreamed about. And I never thought I would get this life, but I'm living my dream life in my 20s. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I'll just look around. I'm like, I'm so blessed. I think of my old life and it's so weird, Melissa. I don't know how to explain it.
It's a different life,
so different.
Like
and I'm like,
it's a different life. I always say that to Kellen. I was like, in my past life.
In my past life, exactly.
Even though it's this life, but it's like, I'm a totally different person. No, it's so beautiful that you get to do it from a place of love and gratitude.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what a lot of people don't get. And I'm not saying that you don't have to be grateful for the abuse. You don't have to be grateful for all that. Obviously, that could still be a very serious thing.
Yeah.
But to be like, thank you so much for telling me what you wanted out of life, because then I could make the decision to move on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for showing me what I don't want, so that I can appreciate what Casey gives me, or what I'm doing for my child, for myself.
Yeah.
And now you're so far removed
There's so
from
much
that.
to talk about.
Yeah. Give me a hug.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
I'm
on.
a crybaby.
No. That's okay. It's because it's real.
It's real.
Real quick before we go, so let's tell everyone where they can find you. Where can they support your business and you as a person?
Yeah, so my Instagram is just Emilia Diana XX, and then on my business account it's Tiny's Botanas, so TINYSBOTANS.
Perfect.
And yeah, you can just find me on there. That's my business page. I post all of my botanas and all my events when I do pop-ups. And then just my personal, honestly, you'll probably just see a spam of cycling and random foods that me and my boyfriend cook, and just cheer stuff because I'm a cheer mom. So
Love
that's where you
it.
can find me.
Thank you so much for coming on and
Thank
being
you so much for
vulnerable. This
having
is
me.
hard. So.
Thank you. It was a hard one, but I really just hope to get the message across and just spread awareness about domestic violence and how you can leave, because even like some people, like I said, a lot of people don't know that if they leave, they're like, nobody's going to want me because I have kids. That's a lie. You can still find somewhere. Nobody's going to want me because of this. They're like, I'm not going to find anyone. And you do. Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.